December.
Yes.
2023.
When was the response received?
Council and the honorable members of the Senate, 186, page 186, KM 29, it indicates that this response was done or came back on 19th March 2024.
So what does that time, how many months are those? Okay, was it within a very short time?
No, it wasn't a council.
Okay, so you are essentially saying that it takes time.
It takes time, and also to explain a bit further, for those, these are the newly recruited officers. For the officers that are coming from other state agencies, it may even take a year or even more time, because for them to be cleared, for instance, if that officer under mortgage with the other institution, for them to release that data, it might take even a longer time.
Okay, very well. That supports your evidence on the delay. So tell us, have you addressed this issue elsewhere?
Yes, this matter was also in the audit report for the financial year 2021-2022, where the county executive appeared before the County Public Accounts Committee of the Senate.
And did you write a response to the Senate on that very issue?
Yes, I wrote and even explained myself.
Yes, is it the response that appears on page 180 to 182 of volume 1B of the governor's documents? Page 180 to 182 of volume 1B of governor's documents. Is that the response you're talking about?
Very, very true. In fact, it begins with the invitation of it indicates.
We can leave the details, but I just wanted you to confirm that you were actually were invited to by the Public Accounts Committee of the Senate.
Absolutely,
now,
so yes.
And what is the current status? Is that an issue in Meru County as we speak?
In fact, from the information and evidence, this matter has since been resolved from the 1st of April, 2024.
Okay, so and 1st of April, that means that this issue was resolved even before the impeachment motion before this very House.
Absolutely so.
To the best of your knowledge, was the county assembly informed of this resolution of the manual payroll issue?
It wasn't, because this matter is appearing in the audit report for the financial. It's also appearing in the audit report for the financial year 2022-2023. If the Public Accounts Committee for the County Assembly, if they had invited the county executive to address these matters in the audit report, they would have certified themselves.
Okay, so you mean to say that this issue was resolved, and it is the very issue that the Assembly wants the governor impeached on?
Very true. And
have you seen the issue elsewhere in the County Assembly?
Yeah, the County Assembly also, not on this matter, to explain, it's not a matter unique to only the County Executive of Meru. It is also a matter that also has appeared in the 2021-2022. If you peruse that audit report, you will find that the County Assembly of Meru and a similar issue.
Okay, so that appears at page 247 to 326 of volume 1B of the governor's documents. Now let us go to the issue of the doctors' pay. The governor has been accused of paying doctors' allowances illegally. And as you said earlier, that issue has been picked from the same audit report. Now, what was the basis of making this payment?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and honorable members of the Senate. This matter arose from a return to work formula it was an issue that arose. This formula, or the return to work formula, is dated 18th April 2017, there are correspondences that are made by the Ministry of Health concerning the matter, what they resolved and what they agreed, and
So
then the same is
just-
copied to the Council of Governors.
Okay, sorry to cut you short, but the correspondence you're talking about, is it the correspondence found in page 327 to 330 of volume 1B of Governor's documents? Is that the correspondence confirming that the county assembly, the county executive of Meru was actually within the law in making that payment?
Absolutely so.
So those are the documents that you wish to rely on to confirm that payment?
Very true.
Page 327 to 330 of volume 1B of the governor's documents. Okay, let us then move on to, but before we move on from there, so this issue that you are saying relates to payment of doctors relating to the CBA of 2017. Are you familiar with the recent developments relating to doctors' strikes and the implementation of this CBA?
Oh, okay. Let me make some explanation. It's a belief that, or it's a practice that a CBA runs for 4 years. Mm-hmm. However, if there is no other subsequent CBA, that similar CBA runs until another CBA is arrived at. The one that I'm aware of, there is in April, there was an agitation for improved remunerations to the medical field, and there was a return to work formula, and that CBA is the one that I can quote.
You're talking about the strike we saw recently.
Very true.
And the Assembly has also produced a video of doctors striking on basis of that very implementation of the CBA. Are you referring to that strike?
Yeah, the one that was agreed in April this 2024.
So do you find it in good faith that these two issues are being brought before this House to impeach the governor?
In fact, what I know, and it is an HR practice, is that once a benefit has been given or confirmed, you can't go back and retract that benefit unless it is done the same way that communication was done, or the SRC, which is a body that is tasked with the remunerations, also issues a notice. So what you would have seen is a similar communication, the way it was done to retract those benefits to the doctors.
Okay, very well. Let's go to the last issue. You have also mentioned in your affidavit that there were frustrations that the executive faced in coming up with the budget for 2024-2025. So very briefly, would you tell us why you wrote to the Controller of Budget? The letter that you wrote appears at page 344 of volume 1B, page 344, volume 1B of the governor's documents. So I want you to very briefly tell us why did you write that letter?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators. I wrote this particular letter when in our budgeting process, we made a CFSP as tasked by the PFM, PFM Act 2012. We submitted to the County Assembly, which then went beyond and it went beyond the timelines that are set by the PFM Act. It went beyond other key considerations that are set by the legal provisions. So at that particular time, that is when I wrote to the control budget seeking an advice on those issues.
Okay, so the documents you've relied upon are from page 336 to page 344. So, has the County Assembly implemented the memorandum that was arrived at between the executive, the assembly, and the control of budget?
It is important that I give some information to this honorable House what happened.
For the sake of time, I just want you to confirm whether just very briefly explain what happened after you came up with the memorandum.
Okay. After coming up with a memorandum that was negotiated between the assembly and the counties, we made a budget estimate because that memorandum was supposed to inform that budget estimate. The budget estimate was submitted to the county assembly, which they approved as per the memorandum. However, after the approval of the budget estimate, then I was supposed to make or draft an appropriation act to appropriate the memorandum and went against the budget estimate that they had already adopted or approved.
So, are the changes they made contained in volume 1B of the governor's response? Volume 1B, page 409 to 413. You confirm those, just briefly mention whether those are the changes that you are talking about.
This you will see, it's an under paper because I also wrote again to the control budget when I realized there's a business appearing in the under paper of the county assembly proposing to make amendments against the proposed memorandum and against the budget estimate that the county assembly had already passed.
Okay, before we let you off for the examination in chief, there were several comments made service delivery of the governor. So can you just tell us briefly how is the governor's performance in terms of financial performance relating to development in the county?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable members of the Senate. The performance of a governor can only be informed by the budgetary, how the governor has managed the budget through the report that has been produced by the control budget through the absorption rates. Currently, the Meru County government, this financial year, we have achieved 79% of performance in terms of budget absorption. Then be able to measure the performance or financial performance of a governor is the report of the Auditor General. The Auditor General's report that we have 2022-2023 confirms that the governor has transparently and prudently used utilized the finances of the funds of Meru County. Then number 3, on revenue performance, still it's another indicator of performance. The only report that we can rely on revenue performance is a report from the Commission on Revenue Allocation. We have not seen any adverse report from the CRA. We have not seen any adverse. We have also not received any adverse report. What we have is a qualifying report from the Auditor General.
Okay, that would be all for this witness. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Is that all for the witness?
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Heading on to cross-examination.
Yes, Madam Speaker. My name is Boniface Kawira. I'll not take more than 10 minutes with this witness.
You may proceed.
I want to take you straight to your affidavit, the one that you have filed. Specifically, at paragraph 26. Are you there?
Yes, Councillor, I am.
You say it is notable that the County Assembly has also faced a similar problem. This is the issue of manual payroll, correct?
True.
For which year?